Alright, we finished up the Lord Zom event just this morning, and they've released a new event, this time giving us the ability to unlock Julius. So Julius previously was a VIP portal only character with no way to get a hold of him or get a hold of any of his tokens. So this is a great opportunity. For my own account, for anyone who's been following, this is the only character I still have to unlock. Normally he costs about $75 worth of real money in order to unlock the VIP portal, so this is a great opportunity. The downside is we just came off of a long event with a lot of farming for Zom, and we're just going right back into it. So it's not clear yet whether or not it would be possible starting from zero to get him. So far I think we can just hope that they've made it in such a way that it is possible to do this. It does look like it's going to be close. So we'll go into a little bit on how to get tokens as effectively as possible. And let's go ahead and look at the info first. So it says Julius has a chance to pop up in 40 of the campaign dungeons, and we'll get a list of those here in just a second. And you can defeat him in order to go, it counts towards this quest that will give you Julius tokens. So we'll talk about a couple of those things. There are also 3 campaign maps that give you a chance at getting a Julius token as well. All 3 of those are upper level maps. Take a quick look at those. Even at my current level, I only have 2 of them unlocked. And like I said, they are the upper level maps here. Yeah, Emperor's Palace is one of them, so you can see that down here, chapter 14. And then there's one that's before this point. We'll see if we can find that quickly. Alright, and Hope's End. So those are the 2 that I have unlocked. There's one more, I believe it's called Pinnacle, and I think it's in one of these 2 that I haven't unlocked yet. So there are 3 places that you can try to get tokens for him that you could then do daily, and I would recommend doing that. And other than that, there's only one other route right now. I do anticipate, if I had to guess, I would bet towards it that they will make his tokens a dungeon reward when this next weekend comes around, but there's no guarantee on that yet. So the only other way to get a hold of his tokens are by completing this quest, this monkey business quest. So many of you have probably started this out already, and it starts off, you get 1 of his tokens after you defeated him once, and then 2 after you defeated him twice. It basically worked its way up here. At the same time, this doesn't work the same way as the Zom quests, in that these are all cumulative. It's kind of strange that way, but so when you defeat him once, you go to the next quest, it's going to say defeat him twice, and you're going to have 1 mark already towards it. And then when you go to the third one, you're going to have 2 marks already towards it, and then you'll have to kill him 1 more time, and you'll get that 3rd mark completing that quest. So it continues that way, so that it maintains a sum total of the amount of times you defeated him. So, for example, this current quest opened up after I had done the first 5 individual quests, and then the next one was 5 defeats for 3 tokens, and then 5 defeats for 3 tokens, and now this is my 3rd set of 5 defeats for 3 tokens once I get it up to 20. So I started off there 15 out of 20, and I'd have to get all the way up to 20. So it has gotten, 1-to-1 would be much better. I was hopeful they would do that. It's frustrating to me, and I think to a lot of the players for this game in general, that they aren't more transparent with how these progressions are going to go. We don't know if it's going to stay at 3 tokens for every 5 defeats, or if it's going to go to 3 for every 10, or like the Zom event, go to something like 5 for every 25 defeats. Then it would be probably impossible to get enough to get up to that 100 tokens. Without spending a lot of real money on gems. So far we don't know. We can hope that it's going to stick to some kind of ratio like this. If it does stick to a 3 tokens for every 5 defeats, then based on the numbers, it should be possible to get him in the week. It is going to require fairly regular farming to make sure that you get as many defeats as possible to get through this. I'm guessing this is going to change. Even the Lord Zom quest, that Zomorama, it changed quite a bit throughout, where after you got to a certain point, then it would give you another like 10 for 10 or something like that. It was a kind of a 1 for 1 again. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm going to try to put out updates as often as possible after I get some more defeats here. I went on the forums, and I was able to find about as much information as I already have here. So I didn't find anything else with beyond 20 defeats, but I'm sure that'll start opening up before too long, and I'll try to report back on that. So like I said, I'm guessing just based on the way they did the Lord Zom event, where they did make it possible but difficult to get him, that they would do the same kind of thing here. It would be a little frustrating if they only made it possible when trying as hard as you could to get, say, 70 or 80 tokens. So we'll see. But the other thing is that for most of these so far, after you go through them, they also give you a chance, maybe a month, maybe 2 months later, to do it again and continue to collect tokens. So we'll count on that for now and provide more information as we go along. There's not too much else here. Like I said, they will likely do that for the My Dungeon at the end. And I would say always make sure to run those campaign maps if you can. If you've got them unlocked, do those. They're guaranteed tokens for a rate that you already know. Right? You're going to probably run it once or twice and get those tokens unlocked. So I would do those every day and then work towards those quests, because we don't know how that quest reward is going to change over time. The only other thing I would say, so I've defeated him 16 times now. Again, the rate of him coming up is about 50%, about 1 out of every 2 times he's coming up. Now you'll get strings of not seeing him for 3 or 4 times, and then you'll get a string of seeing him a bunch of times as well. So it comes and goes that way. It seems to be about 50% though. And the only other important thing, a lot of the other bosses or quests we've had this way, the character you were looking to defeat would show up as in the boss level, but that's not the case for Julius in this one. He shows up during the level at different points. So far, on all the times, I've only had him show up at most 1 time. I've never had him show up 2 times. But it's, again, within the level. So that's all I have to say for now. Hopefully I can report back with an update before too long. I hope this is helpful, and thanks for watching.